Yeah, 14. Yeah.
Okay, at the end of Revelation 14 and 4. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of Yahweh.
That's right. Exactly. So, simply put, you're looking at the explanation of the mercy seat there that's working on the behalf of Israel, but namely the elect, right? And we can look at it simply like this, in the great millstone, starting with the apostles and the elders on down, and the rest of the hopeful elect, where the Lord has his people, basically, is represented there. Yahushua is our representation, right? Ultimately. And I want to backtrack my statement real quick, Holy Point. When I said there's men at the door, those men are at the door, and they work with Yahushua. I'm talking about the apostles and elders. I wasn't talking about Johanna. Okay? Yeah. He's not working that way. It's just for the record, because I kind of put my stuff together. But I just wanted to be clear on that. Okay? And that's what we're about. Go ahead. Bring it out.
This to the water. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 2. My doctrine shall drop as the rain. My speech shall distill as the dew. Wow. As the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. So it proves the most sight says that the water, the distilled water, is after rain, man. It's the rainwater. There's a law now in Canada, you can't drink it. They outlaw it, saying if you get caught, you get in trouble for it.
Of course.
What's the law? Sorry,
Huh?
what's the law? What does the law say? You can drink. The law says you
And that's what catch it and keep it.
Okay.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
This man makes on the right to decree all the time, man. Isaiah 10 and 1. Everything that the man tell you is lawful is unlawful, man.
Yep. I guess it's
Stupid, man, because even a law over in, what region is it? Is it Durham? Well, Markham. You can't even fucking put a clothes line out.
Outside.
What?
To dry your clothes. You can't even put that. A clothesline to put in the summer. Fucking retarded, man.
Yep.
So I think they're just trying to cover people who fucking rob houses, gonna go in the back, you can't see it at night. Get licked by the wire. Or you get taken out with your eye, because my eye almost got taken out by a wire before.
Well, also, it's smart machines. Also, it puts out bad frequency to harm you. So if you're outside doing what's natural, you might miss some gamma rays. Says, hey man, go get gamma rays, man.
Yeah.
EMF.
Wow.
You should be allowed to dry line clothes anyways, man. If you want to get a little of leprosy that might be on your clothes or whatever, only the sun can actually get rid of those particles.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was it on that verse.
Yeah, continue.
Go back to Psalms.
Alright, so this is Psalms chapter 36 and 7. How excellent is the loving kindness of the Most High. Therefore the children of men put their trust under the shadow of thy wings.
Children of men. Well, that's actually talking about us, because it says, read it again.
How excellent is thy loving kindness, O power. Therefore the children of men.
It starts with Israel first, and then because it says children of men. Right? Go ahead.
But put their trust under the shadow of the wings.
That's right. So that's how you know it's us first and foremost. And and by the way they see it, the other sons of men, the way they see it is through us. The Lord used us as an example. That's why it says children of men when you go into what the children of men and the different men, right? Children of the Most High, children of the wicked, and also the nations. Okay, but it says they're children of men. But it says righteousness. So we're the example that the Lord uses, basically. Go ahead. Continue.
For the time.
They shall be abundantly sasatisfied with the fatness of thy house, and thou shalt make them drink of the rivers of the.
All right, you see the distinction now? It make a distinction to show you who the Lord is using first and foremost. right? Which is Yashar Allah, right? The top children
It's
of
not
men
that one.
there.
The menu.
Continue.
Corner, I
For
think
with
it's
thee
up.
is the
No, I don't
fountain
wanna
of
do it.
life,
Get rid
in
of
thy
it.
light
Oh, okay.
shall we see light.
Right,
You
the
can
fountain
put
of
the
life.
display.
There you go.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what I
that's
want to
that's
show.
what. Hey, that's what these people are looking for
Should show that
outside
how much,
outside of us. 2/3 of our people is looking for the fountain
Time
of
is
life,
accumulated?
but the
Yeah.
Lord allowed them to be deceived, if I may say, by the
I
wicked
might just go
for a short season.
not too
Okay,
long.
for a short season.
Yeah.
But the elect is supposed to be that example, that fountain of life, where the water is living waters, according to the scripture.
A couple more.
Yeah, a couple more.
It says, for with thee is the fountain of life, in thy light shall we see light. O continue thy loving kindness unto them that know thee, and thy righteousness to the upright in heart.
Hey, this is, bear in mind for you young brothers, this is King David speaking, right? So this is a man that always begged, all right? He's begging the Lord for this, right? Even although he in great humility, if you know his story. So he's a beggar of righteousness, right? He's asking the Lord to make him right. And that's what this is really going into. Look at this. Is there any more left?
Yeah. A couple more verses.
So basically, he's praying.
Yes.
Praying. I was begging, man. I always pray. Yeah, it's constantly praying. Never stop.
Yeah.
And it says, verse 11, let not the foot of pride come against me, and let not the hand of the wicked remove
Hey,
me.
so why would you want to take the vaccine? That's a foot of pride. That's somebody else coming in. The vaccine, the V. Why would you want to take that? That's a man coming with pride. He's telling you, hey, this thing is good for you, this and that and that. You know, so that's a foot of pride, basically. That's another power. Whenever you hear that word pride, man, okay? Finish it.
And it says, there are the workers of iniquity fallen, they are cast down and shall not be able to rise. That's it.
That's right. And when you go to Psalm 64, it tells you who the workers of iniquity are. Just to close out on that point.
Sure, gotcha.
Go to Psalm 64, and I think it's around the third. Hide me from the
I mean, from the wicked, that's what you want?
insurrection of the secret counsel of the wicked.
Okay. So this is Psalm 64 and 1. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer, which is to beg. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
That's right. Hey, straightforward, man. So that man does not fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? He set up not to fear him. And why would you want to go over and get in his dealings in any way, shape, or form as we come out, as the Lord is bringing us out of this Exodus, the final Exodus, right? We're told all manner of things in relationship to pride and wickedness is going to be offered. It's called a great bribe, basically, right? Coming to the sons of Yashar Allah, every type of bribe in the form of patience and trials and tribulations and fire is going to come to you, right? Hey, and by the way, it's talking about those in wisdom of Solomon, first and foremost, because as this brother mentioned in the beginning of the 2/3 is set up in such a way that they're going to accept those bribes, okay, and pride-ish adventures. But we're begging always to ask the Lord to hide us. Hey, do you know what hiding us means?
Go to
Yes, you know what hide means, but you're not thinking right now. But that's okay. But that's the point.
So basically, King David's telling you he's not going to shoot his way out. Because you got a lot of people of our nation, they're doomsday preppers, right? They're thinking about going against the system and taking it down and doing all that. King David wasn't in that mindset. He asked for the Lord to get him through.
He's always in that mindset. If you know his name, hey, his brother knows, he brought it out last week. His name means beloved. So you know what I'm saying? As our king, the visible king. Huh? Dawada, yeah, beloved. Our visible king, by the way. So he represents the invisible king, Yahushua, house of David. That's what this Dawada.
Got a precept?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's Sirach 20:29. Present, it's like a presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise. And the wise are us, should be Israelites, okay, because we should be raised in the scriptures, right? But you have 2/3 who are in wolf clothing, right? Being blinded by gifts, right? And stop up his mouth that he can't reprove. So you can't tell, hey man, the vaccine is a wrong thing because what? You've been paid off to do so, and you're hiding. All right. This is
Even this English language, man. It's hard to get really any truth out of this English language because it's diverse in many ways. You have all these different definitions to one word, which leads to mass confusion among people. You know.
This is Proverbs 15:27.
And not to cut you off, but this whole friggin' shenanigans that's going on and talking about this and that and this nonsense. Oh, take the vaccine, and why didn't you say that when H1N1 came out? What,
Gone.
2011.
Gone.
Why didn't you say that before that? What about the SARS then?
Gone.
Why wasn't there a vaccine?
They know it's paid out.
All this shit. Just talking out your fucking ass.
Sure.
This is Proverbs 15:27. He that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house, but he that hateth gift shall live. So we're the one that hate those gifts, man. You know what I mean? We don't know nothing from the so-called white man at all.
Hey, look at this place. Look at Esau's house. Let me just describe it. It's a fucking mess, right? Hey, Esau, you know the way how to fix it. Your blood has to be shed. It's not going to be by these literal hands. Okay.
And to top it off, like the mark of the chip, the mark of the beast, the mark of the chip, or tattoo, biochip or whatever. In order to, it's not going to be an whatever embargo, all that nonsense. It's going to be pushed through your fucking flesh, man. Right? With a syringe,
Jab.
It's the jabber.
Jamming, yeah.
What precept was that, Kazal?
15, which one? First one?
Yeah, what you just read.
15 and
Can you read that one more time? Because it said something there.
So you know about hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, right? The hide, it's in these scriptures first and
it's
foremost.
Proverbs 15:27. He that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house.
And that's why this kingdom is divided. Kingdom cannot stand. I believe that's in the book of Mark. Satan's kingdom is divided against his kingdom. And how could a kingdom stand if it's divided against itself? And that's through all its greed, man. You have these elites, they're so greedy. They're so greedy to the point they can't even agree with each other.
Republican and Democrats.
Yep.
And then you have the Rockefeller and the Rothschild family. They're the same family, but they own different quadrants of the world.
Well, they want to have a redo. They want a do-over on America. These elites actually want America destroyed as well, but just so they can come back and do what they did in the first place.
What I said again, make it great again.
Yeah.
Right?
Or great reset.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
We want to go into
All
hard,
foolishness.
hardcore.
How could you
shit.
want to rule again when you already been ruling? Nigga, please.
Greedy, man.
Nigga, please, man.
It's
Yeah.
balance.
I'm gonna jab them to
When
death.
they're the ones who implemented, you took the you took away the slave from who was already had the slaves, but you just wanted, which is the Emancipation of Proclamation, right? So you wanted to take someone else's slave because Edomites. Let's go back in time. Edomites, you were losing your plantations, right?
Yeah.
In gambling wages, man. They would be at tables and stuff like that and lose it.
That's crazy.
They don't even talk about that shit. They would just have to give their ownership from losing the game to the person who won. So it was just like, oh, I'm gonna bet my house. I'm going to the casino. I'm gonna bet my house. Yeah, that's the type of shit that was happening. Or I car note. If I last night I had to give over the car
That's crazy.
to who I lost to.
There's a lot of that's what you just said. Like Western movies, man.
Yeah.
The guy bet his thing, and when the guy win, just
Take it back.
They
You
actually,
can't give out the house, man.
so Lucky,
You can't
they,
give
they
it out.
actually showed you that in the movie called Roots with Kunta Kinte. But that's later on when he had a son, right?
Yeah.
When his daughter had a son named Kizzy.
Kizzy Khan.
And then she had a son with the slave master, right? And then he said, oh, master's he's nice to me because he makes me go out and bet. But then he actually ended up losing and he had to sell him, right? But then he wanted to kill him. But then after Kizzy stopped him because, no, that's your dad, you can't do that. But the elder's 100% on point.
On point.
He was giving away things, or losing it through gambling.
Wow.
Because he's a degenerate.
Beautiful. And that's why the prophet Daniel says that this is a kingdom of iron and clay. Clay goes back to what? Heavy debt. So this was
Yes.
wicked
I
man,
bought.
right? All right. That goes into debt. You understand? So he does all these things, but it's really when you go to the prophecies now later on in the New Testament, it talks about in Matthew 24 when he talks about Mark 13 I think used the term perplexities.
Oh.
That goes back to the clay, which
Right.
is the debt
Right.
because of this man's wickedness.
That's right.
Right? That's how low he goes, man. He's a low baller, continuous low baller. That's how he brings about his wickedness. That's how he's set up to do. Right? It's not a big deal to us anymore. He's exposed, his skirt is lifted up. Right? Clay, which is debt. Right? Go ahead. What you got?
I got a piece of base.
It's just quicksand. Just sinking in it.
Yeah, no, I had the one where it says, so I got it here.
Okay.
Real quick. This is Joel chapter 3,
Yeah.
verse
Oh, yeah,
8. And I will, sorry. Number 2.